Congratulations on the new Twitter community and diving headfirst into the Twitter summer heat discourse. I see you like to live dangerously.
Thank you. One of my favorite things is to upset the British people with talking shit on them for complaining about the heat, because that's the only thing they're allowed to complain about, I guess. And I didn't even realize that a lot of people who are in the UK have never stepped foot in Southeast Asia, so they don't understand what actual real heat is. They're like, oh no, we have heat problems because of a mistake that we made by creating houses with that are built to keep in heat and do nothing about it when global warming will inevitably burn us all to a crisp because we don't want to get AC. Also, guys, people are like, we don't want to pay for the electricity for like AC. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but for me specifically, if I don't turn on the AC, I don't get charged for the AC. So I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like I didn't use my AC for the entirety of the winter season, aside from maybe one day. And I didn't get charged for AC. So like, why would I get charged for a utility I didn't use? I don't understand. You don't have AC. Yeah. And I said, why don't y'all just get AC? And they're like, we don't want to pay for it. Like, wouldn't you only pay for it if you use it? Why? We've seen their food. We understand they don't know heat. Although I do think I have somewhat of I'm allowed to speak a little bit on this because I was there multiple times.
Charged money just to have a TV, so maybe it works differently over there.
You get charged if you own a TV? The fuck is wrong with that place? What do you mean? What? Even if it's like unplugged, you have to pay for it? What's happening? I know I don't understand why we don't have AC. Yeah, and I got a reply from somebody being like, in Scotland, we just like when it gets hot, we say, yippee, beach time. We don't complain about it. I'm like, that's what I mean. Like, what? They're like, yeah, and it gets so unbearable inside. I'm like, go fucking outside. Go, if you, like, bitches in Brighton trying to say this. I've been to your beach. It's slay as fuck. Why are you... Like, yeah, it may be pebbles instead of sand, but it's still a nice beach to dip your toes into. UK people be like, a 3-hour drive is too far for the beach. Okay, well, I can agree with that. But also, I don't really care about the beach, so I wouldn't understand the struggle. And I do drive hours and hours just to go skiing. So maybe that's like a similar thing. Instead of the beach, it's just me with skiing. I don't know. They used to tax windows. Excuse me? Why do they want your people to be miserable in that country? Why would you do that? What the fuck? Window tax. What the fuck? What? Y'all get taxed for having a window? I learned the more I learn about the UK, the more unappetizing it is for me. And yet I know I'm probably going to end up back there at some point to see Misa. I also really want to go to the Pride they have there because I heard that they had like the Black Eyed Peas performing there at Pride one time. That sounds pretty fun. Like Lady Gaga performed there once. Does the UK need to pay for rainwater too? This is why America threw the tea in the sea. That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy to say. That's crazy. Oh, Numi, something you may not know in the UK is we have central heating. Okay, so you have central heating, but not central AC. And one of the things that's quite funny to me that I will speak on, I have been teasing the British people about the cold and the heat for years now. I have been fighting with people about the heat since before I was a VTuber. Since I was on like Stan Twitter and shit back in the day when I was in fucking high school and stuff. And then I was arguing with British people and they always said the same fucking thing. It's because it's only cold it's only hot like that one week a year. And I said, okay, well, you should get it to prepare because it's going to get more hot. And they're like, no, it isn't. Like, we don't need to. It's been like 10 years since then. And they're like, yeah, it's only cold like 1 month out of the year. When did you add 3 more weeks to this? It's going to keep going up. I mean, there's got to be a time where you acknowledge that maybe you need a fucking AC unit. Oh, yeah. Did you guys see that one time-lapse video? Guys, you ready to see how hot it is in the UK right now? And it's them holding an ice cream cone and it takes like 40 minutes for it to melt. They're like, oh my God, it's so hot over here. Bro, I don't know. I have been, I don't even know how many places I've been to in my life at this point. But I've been in many different climates at this point in my life. And I just want to say, I want your average person that complains about the heat in the UK to fly to Arizona, to like Phoenix, Arizona or something, you know, and get that same ice cream cone and see how long it takes for that ice cream cone. They said, oh my God, no, it's the humidity. Brother, why don't we go ahead and go to the Philippines and stand outside with that same ice cream cone? Let's see what happens. But yeah, at the end of the day, the worst of the worst is going to be the Thailand hotel room without the AC being turned on at Michi's room. That is the worst I think I've ever experienced in my life. It's currently hotter in Canada. That's fucking wild. It's warmer in Canada. Maybe it's time I find a new Oshi. I'm gonna crash out. Are you in the UK, Feather Tampon? Yep. Makes sense. I knew it. Come on, let's hear your defense. Come on, I love arguing with the British. That was one of the best parts of the subathon last year. Come on, then. No. Not you, Lime Lizard. I'm sorry to every British person, but you. You know, you can fucking rot, Lime Lizard. You don't get my sympathy for the way that you spoke. I'll put the fucking dunce cap on your head. Besmirch thy name of bacon. You shall rue the day, Mr. Lime, sir. Oh yeah, I remember that. It's okay, that guy was a good sport. Any Brits want to speak up? Well, their biggest argument was talking about how the buildings there are a lot older and they just don't want to pay for AC. Bro, it just reminds me of Michi being like, no, Southeast Asians, they love the heat. We love the heat. And then I go over to the Philippines, I go over to my aunt's house where there's only AC in one room and nobody's around. I said, where did everybody go? I opened the door into the room where there's the only room with AC, and you just see like 10 people starting trying to have the cold AC instead of being in the heat. I cannot believe there's a TV tax. Sorry, I am so sorry to the people that live in the UK. I had no idea. They taxed you for having windows and TVs. I am sorry. I blame the BBC. There's also a bedroom tax. Shut the front door. Why in the world? Complaining about the UK is part of the British identity, so you'd actually fit right in. No, when I talk to the people, like whenever I would go to the UK and talk to the people about it, they're like, no, we're just being over dramatic about it. So it's like you don't take it seriously because they say that the British just they just like to complain about shit. And I realized, oh, okay. Anyways, the horror game being the British and their TV tax. You know, I think the biggest surprise this week is finding out that user feather_tampon is British. They're hiding everywhere, Noombas. It could be your neighbor. Who knows who's next? Yeah, the biggest demons in the UK that isn't relating to heat is your fucking bacon. I will not argue about that again, but I will say my point. Fuck your bacon. Fuck your bacon. Y'all need to understand that crunchiness won't kill you, okay? Crunchy won't kill you. Crunchy won't kill you. I feel like I'm eating a freshly deceased animal when I try to take a bite of your fucking bacon. Why is it flimsy? It's bad. It's bad. Oh my God. Y'all would not survive eating lechon, okay? Fuck y'all. Canadian bacon goes better on sandwiches. Yeah, it does. I think that kind of bacon is meant for sandwiches only, not for your breakfast. When I'm eating breakfast and I'm making a breakfast sandwich, I don't want to eat something like slimy, nasty, stinky doo-doo like... They're British. Are you surprised that they could take bacon and make it unappetizing? Damn, that's crazy. One of my favorite trends on TikTok is when the British people go over to the US and then they eat the food in the US and then they start to fucking cry because it's so fucking good. Especially when they go to to the South, or when they go to oh my God, I saw like this one British woman eating like jerk chicken and she started fucking crying. Oh my God, what is it? What is this? What did they put in this? Oh my God, can I show y'all something? There's like this new spud place that I saw show up on my... They called it like the American, by the way. Oh my God, I found it. Oh my God, y'all. Okay. American Noombas and Noombas that... Honestly, even the Noombas that eat like the Mexican potatoes, y'all understand true flavor. Okay, watch this, y'all. Watch this. This isn't... This is important. This is their American spud.
Our American spud. So we start off with one of our humongous fluffy jacket potatoes. we add butter, salt and pepper. Then we move on to top it with our beautifully slow-cooked
Looks good.
pulled pork. Then we add a large spoonful of our homemade rainbow coleslaw and top it off with our one and only crispy onions. And there you have it, the American, part of our new international...
This is a real horror, guys. This is real horror. What do you mean, the American? What's going on? What's happening? Why?
Hi guys, I'm going to show you how I create my favourite spud here at Spud Hut. So start off with our big juicy spud. Do a little cross in the top, give it a little squeeze, add lots of butter, get a nice little mix up there, make it all nice and buttery. A little bit of salt and pepper. Go in, we're going to add in some of our triple blend cheese. Put it at the bottom so it goes nice and gooey. Add in a big old dollop of pulled pork. And then the cheese will melt underneath and be nice and stringy. And then on the side, add a little bit of coleslaw. Just to finish it off. And there you have it.
A little bit of coleslaw is my favorite part, bro.
One of our menu items that is perfect for the possibility.
A little bit of coleslaw.
Get a bit of butter in there. Flash it up a bit of salt, a bit of pepper. So we start off with our 3 mixed cheese. Put it on the top and let it melt.
One shot of vodka.
Of our cool homemade tuna mayo.
My favorite part about that. Let the cheese melt and, you know, put on the bottom so the cheese can melt. And then on top of it, put our cold tuna mayo.
Put it on the top and let it melt. Then we load on a big scoop of our cool homemade tuna mayo. Then we move on to the sweet corn. Get a bit of sweet corn on top.
Oh.
And then last but not least, with some crispy onions for that extra crunch. We like to call this here the big fish. Come down to Spud Hut London Bridge and give it a try.
I mean, I'm sure to them it tastes good. I just don't.
Let me show you one of our menu
I just don't think that other one, like, I don't know, man. I guess I would rather have the tomatoes that they sell at the Mexican restaurants. Those ones are delicious. I love those ones. I think that's my preferred choice. To each their own is all I would say. To each their own. Don't even get me started on the Chinese food.
Played up a Chinese takeaway with me. So we got salt and pepper chips, mini spring rolls, a Singapore chow mein, which has mixed meats like chicken, prawns and char siu and veggies with egg noodles. Then we've got honey chili prawns.
Why? I just don't.
Did anyone order a Chinese? Got a Chinese tonight. I've been craving a Chinese for...
You know, maybe court was meant for the UK. My favorite comments is everyone's like, please go, let's eat somewhere else. Apparently this is Chinese takeaway. This is scarier than PT. 2 out of 5. No, okay. Like maybe like if it was 2 in the morning and I was really drunk, this would slap. But like I don't know. I feel like I don't think I've ever been to a Chinese restaurant and they've had French fries. I've never seen that before. Says the person who ordered fries in Korea. First of all, it wasn't fries in Korea. That was Japan. Second of all, we were at an izakaya at 11 p.m. when everything else was fucking closed. And that wasn't the only thing we had. We had fucking skewers. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have salty foods when I'm drunk as fuck. Hello? Yeah, I'm gonna eat that. Damn. Crazy. That's so real, Queen. Thank you so much. I think people try to judge me based off of that one thing. And it just goes to show that you probably aren't a Numi watcher. You don't see the food I be eating on a daily fucking basis when I want to treat myself. I love being bullied by my Oshi for being British. God, I love you guys. I love when I get to terrorize you the way you guys terrorize me. Hey you! Yeah, you! Are you a Numi supporter that had no idea about the fact that Numi VTuber has merch? No way! Well, have I got something swag for you. That's right, guys. We've got some of these, and some of these, and some of... Oh, never mind. That one's already sold out. But there's plenty of stuff that won't sell out. Should you decide to check out Numi merch at uwumarket.com/Numi. Yippee! Get your swag merch today. Okay, you can put down the Glock now. I did it. Don't forget to subscribe. Rate this 10 out of 10 stars. And give love to Bao.